am Tasha T, the host of Mindful Nuggets podcast. I am a Christian and a mental health therapist. I wanted to create a safe space for women, Christian women, to come and learn about mental health while they're on their own mental health journey. Mindful Nuggets is a podcast that will encourage you spiritually and mentally. We have mindful conversations that will help you as you go through your day-to-day life. You will be able to thrive mentally. You will want to get a seat and a notebook so you can capture these nuggets. Welcome to Mindful Nuggets podcast by Tasha T. I am your host. Good day. Thank you for listening to Mindful Nuggets by Tasha T. I am your host, Tasha T. I am a licensed clinical social worker, a public speaker, and an essayist. I am very passionate about mental health. So for today's topic, have you ever thought something that was not true? Maybe you found yourself late to a meeting and you were thinking that the people who were there before you were talking about you. Or maybe you had a presentation and you assumed that those that were in the audience were judging you versus trying to learn from you. Have you ever found yourself at a family gathering or with friends and you assumed that people did not really want you to be there? If we can be honest, we have all had times that we did not think the right way. I can think about many scenarios in which I assumed that something was one way and that was not the case. So let's talk about that today. One of the most important parts of our mental wellness is to be aware of our thoughts. Our thought life impacts so much. If we think something, we start to feel something, and we start to do something. So it is very important that we take time to just examine how we're thinking. And not just how we're thinking, but if the way that we're thinking is in alignment with reality. Recently, I sent an email to someone, and usually this person they're pretty quick to respond to my emails. But on this particular occasion, they took longer than they usually do. So I was nervous. I was thinking that maybe this person was trying to ignore me. Maybe I did something to offend this person, and that's why they didn't respond to me. My thoughts were out of control. I was telling myself a whole lot of things that caused me more anxiety than anything. But I had to pray about that situation. Today's first nugget is to be honest with yourself and examine your thoughts. One verse that comes to mind is Psalms 139, verses 23 through 24. It says, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my concerns. See if there is any offensive way in me. Lead me in an everlasting way." So it's important that when we're having these thoughts that are causing us anxiety and stress, that we just take time and ask God to search us, help us to see whether if what we're thinking is actually based off of reality. So in this particular verse, we have David, King David. He's asking God to search him and see if there was anything offensive in him. Have you ever been in a situation where you were like me, you were assuming one thing? When we find ourselves doing that, it's good to just stop. As believers, we have the Holy Spirit that can reveal the truth to us. This is a spiritual side of who we are. However, we also have some practical things that we can do. We can write our thoughts down on paper to just explore how valid this thought is. Ask yourself, what am I thinking? What has happened that shows me that this is true or not? It's just really good to take time to see what evidence we have that support or goes against the way that we're thinking at the time. And also, who can I talk to about this? Sometimes we can be so tempted to hide things and not let anyone else know what is going on with us. But when we take time to let somebody else know what's going on with us, it can help us to see a different perspective. So that somebody can be a therapist, a trusted friend, somebody who's not going to look at you sideways, but they'll just take time and be supportive as you're being transparent with them. So, our nugget for today is to examine your thoughts. And you can do this in 3 ways. Pray and ask God to show you the error in your thoughts. Ask yourself if you have evidence to support your thoughts or not. And find somebody you can talk to address those thoughts. If this nugget has helped you, if any of these nuggets have helped you, please let me know. Send me some comments, email me to let me know that it has been encouraging to you. You can email me at ldt3085@gmail.com. Just let me know if this helped you or not. So this is Tasha T. Thank you for listening to my podcast, and I hope you have a fabulous week.